Captured moments. The case of Laura Ackerson. From the very beginning, this case was a total disaster. The victim's husband seemed suspicious from the start. The 911 call sounded staged. And then there was the wedding photo, the one that almost made the lead detective throw up. All these details and more, coming up. This is Captured Moments. On July 26, 2007, at approximately 7:30 a.m., a 911 call came in from a home in Spring, Texas. The caller said she was a friend of the victim. She claimed she had come over to water the plants while the victim was away on vacation, only to find her dead inside the house. She told dispatch she hadn't touched anything because she didn't want to contaminate the scene. When asked if she'd seen anyone suspicious, she replied, "No, not that I know of." When the first officer arrived, nothing looked out of place. No broken locks, no forced entry, no obvious struggle. Inside the master bedroom, they found Laura Ackerson, 33 years old, lying face down on the floor. She was wearing only underwear and socks, her arms stretched out as if frozen mid-reach. At first glance, it looked like she'd been shot at close range. The Houston Forensic Science Center later confirmed it. Laura had died from multiple gunshot wounds. The manner of death, homicide. Detective Mike Arnold, the lead on the case, was puzzled. Why would someone kill Laura so brutally and then make the house look untouched? This wasn't a burglary. This was staged. Staging can take many forms, moving objects to suggest a struggle, or arranging items to mislead investigators. In this case, the neat house, the undisturbed furniture, and the unlocked door all suggested one thing. Laura knew her killer. It was almost as if someone had been invited in for tea, and then shot her. But the strangest clue came from a wedding photo. That morning, Mike reviewed a CD of images from Laura's home surveillance. One stood out. It showed Laura at what appeared to be her wedding reception, standing next to a man, stocky, about 4'11". He was smiling at the camera. Laura wasn't smiling. She was looking directly at him, almost waiting for him to do something. Who was this man? And where was he now? The search of Laura's records revealed she had married just 3 months earlier. She'd been married twice before, but her second ex-husband had an airtight alibi. That left David, her first ex. David had recently been released from prison for burglary, and when the media ran footage of Laura's wedding, viewers recognized him immediately. The shocking twist? David wasn't just her ex. He was her new husband. Panic set in. David called his attorney and turned himself in. Detective Mike was floored. Was the case really solved this quickly? But David denied involvement. He admitted meeting Laura online, admitted they had married, but swore he had nothing to do with her death. He even volunteered for a polygraph. The results were inconclusive, but he was so convincing that detectives let him go. For now. Still, one big question remained. If David was innocent, who was the man in the photo? Months passed. Leads went cold. The media lost interest. Then, an anonymous tip changed everything. The mystery man wasn't David at all. His name was Jesse, Laura's cousin. Police tracked down Laura's relatives. They were devastated by her death, and they confirmed the man in the photo was indeed Jesse. But they added something shocking. Jesse had supposedly died 18 months earlier. When investigators dug deeper, the truth was darker than anyone imagined. Jesse had been living with Laura in the weeks before her death. He'd been struggling through a divorce, and Laura, ever generous, let him stay until he got back on his feet. But while under her roof, Jesse quietly took out 2 life insurance policies on Laura, totaling $1 million, naming himself as the sole beneficiary. This wasn't grief. This was premeditated murder. To make the crime look like a burglary, Jesse staged the scene. He arranged items to suggest forced entry, wiped his phone clean, and even dumped his SIM card in a nearby drainage ditch. But he made one fatal mistake. He was photographed. His face, partially hidden behind Laura's shoulder in that wedding photo, was enough to tie him to the crime once DNA from the house confirmed it. Jesse was arrested, convicted of murder, and sentenced to 50 years in prison. To this day, no one fully understands why he killed his own cousin. Some relatives say he was drowning in debt. One brother later claimed Jesse admitted it outright. I didn't mean to do it, but I had to, for my kids. As for David, he was cleared of all suspicion, sued the state for false imprisonment, and won $500,000 in damages. This case was filled with twists and turns, each one sicker than the last. From a staged 911 call, to a wedding photo that held the truth all along, to a cousin who betrayed family for greed. It's a chilling reminder. Sometimes the people closest to us can be the most dangerous. That's all for today. Thank you for listening to Captured Moments, where every picture tells a story. Sometimes a deadly one. Until next time, stay safe and be good to one another.